Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk about all major movie and television news, breakdowns, theories, and more. I'm Chris, and yesterday, for Snyder Cut fans, we were put in a little bit of a frenzy as HBO accidentally released, or quote-unquote accidentally released, the Snyder Cut 10 days early on a different title. So we'll cover that news, tell you exactly what went down, and talk about hashtag do not spoil the Snyder Cut. Guys, the movie and TV industry is starting to pick back up again. March alone has had huge releases like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Godzilla vs. Kong, and the Snyder Cut, so be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily uploads. Also, feel free to check me out on Twitter at TheCultureChris for live updates. So I had a few of you guys actually ask me what was going on with this release, how was it leaked, and what happened, so I figured I would just make a video explaining it since it is a pretty odd predicament. Basically what happened is some users, but not all users, on HBOmax yesterday who went to click on the title of Tom and Jerry, the new movie that recently released, were in fact given the Snyder Cut in its stead. So there are some HBOmax subscribers and viewers out there who have actually already had the opportunity to watch the entire movie, because once they started it, there wasn't a way for HBO Max to backtrack it, stop it, and keep them from viewing the entire movie. This first happened when a realtor out in North Carolina named Doug Bass was looking for quote-unquote some background noise while he was working, and he put on Tom and Jerry, and then all of a sudden Snyder Cut started playing. He shared a tweet of a still of Batman from the Snyder Cut on Twitter, and obviously everybody fled to HBO Max in order to see if they too had early access granted to them for this Snyder Cut edition. Now, through this, a lot of people have actually seen through the end or skipped to the end and saw what happened and have started to share this information with the media and the public. So, obviously, Warner Brothers has taken action, and they have taken down any footage, images, or accounts of what happens in the Snyder Cut. But that being said, you should be very cautious on social media if you do not want to have this movie spoiled for you within the next 10 days. The movie is still planned to come out on March 18th regardless of this accidental leak, and we are expecting to move forward as normal with what the plans are for the Snyder Cut. But just be sure to proceed with caution. A lot of people out there don't really care if they ruin the movie for you, and of course knowledge is power, so knowing how it ends, it's hard to keep quiet about that. But there are also those who continue to say this was no accident, that you wouldn't simply accidentally release the Snyder Cut for some accounts under the title of Tom and Jerry, and that Warner Brothers is intentionally trying to ruin the hype of the Snyder Cut. Now, this continues on with the ongoing question of why the Snyder Cut wasn't released, and what's the deep-throated conspiracies behind all of that, and that has led to the trending hashtag Restore the Snyderverse, which is in talking about all of the plans that Snyder originally had with DC to move forward to make the Justice League trilogy and to continue on his legacy with the franchise. Now, as of right now, there are no plans to move forward with Snyder or with the Snyder Cut and the originally planned trilogy, and this is just going to be a one-off film that we are going to be given. Granted, it's going to last 4 hours, and I feel like a lot of people are going to be very happy to receive it, but I don't believe this is going to lead to the Snyderverse being restored, as the hashtag claims and as a lot of people have been talking about throughout the conspiracy of the Snyder Cut. But guys, that's the entire news of what happened, how it got out, and it has all since been fixed. No longer can you click on Tom and Jerry and see the Snyder Cut, so very odd predicament, very weird that it would happen that way, but that's what happened, that's what went down. Be sure to do your best to not spoil it if you did see it, and if you haven't seen it, try your best not to have it spoiled for you. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below, and always thank you to everybody watching to the very end of the video. If you find it helpful, useful, or entertaining, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily uploads right here on Cosmic Culture.